doing it.
Oh yeah, it inspired
Maybe 10 or 15 more new ideas while I was doing it.
Yes. Like, oh, I like that idea. Here, let me try it real quick before I forget what I'm doing. And then you got like 6, 7, 10 projects down the road.
Well, this one's a few years down the road. See where my paint can sat in there for a while? I used it for storage. I cleaned it out, got some cobwebs out of it, and I started painting on it, and it's been so long. You know how your technique changes?
Oh boy.
So I don't know what the heck I was doing when I was doing this.
This is gonna get fun, isn't it?
So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to finish it because I even though this box has not been finished, I keep using it. So I'm going to finish it, right? It was in my bedroom for a long time. It had all my some of my devotionals beside my bed on the floor in Tennessee in the log cabin. And I drug it here to the new house, and it sat by my bed in the bedroom, but I wasn't there for 3 years. So it's on the road. And now I'm like, I got to do something with it.
Yeah, you got to finish that. You got to do something with it.
Yeah.
Well, and see, did you ever finish your guitar that we did that day?
No, it's still sitting over there on the other side of the stairs. Yeah.
Maybe we should finish that next time because all my butterflies are sitting over there in a pile, and it's like, you need to finish it. You need to finish it. And I'm like,
Mine's stares at me.
I was gonna say everything. It's like, okay, y'all look. The background looks a lot better now than it did that night because I was like, I'm really not feeling this. This is just not looking good. I'm fixing to have to sand this whole puppy down, start over. And then I looked at it. I was like, oh, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it did.
Have you got your overalls on? You've been painting
Not
on?
the ones that I painted on. No, I'm wearing my light pair. We painted on the darker blue pair. I bought 2 pair for me and 2 for Zoe. And I bought it. I do too, Angela. Angela says she loves butterflies. So maybe next time Tammy, we need to make a note. We need to come back and do our butterflies next time. Maybe it'll make us feel a little warmer. I don't know about you. It's cold here. I need some warm weather, fall.
Yeah, that's summertime painting right there. Springtime.
Definitely. But yeah, Lisa Shore Horn is a friend of mine through our paint mentor, and she shared a design that I started painting because when I first saw hers, it looked like a photograph, and I was like, oh, I love that. So I started this, and I ran into her one day, and I asked her if I could finish it on a live, and she says, sure. So I'm fixing to put a comment on everything that shows the link to her page.
Yeah.
Y'all can figure out where I got what I'm doing. Just so y'all know, this is and it shows that Tammy posted it on her page because I'm an admin on her page so we can do this. And so it looks like that's where, so that's the one I'm doing. I've wanted to finish it and I just haven't done it yet, but I think it's going to be cool.
Now, what medium are you using?
It's acrylic paint.
Oh, I'm using acrylic too.
This is some acrylics here.
I will have to say I shouldn't have waited this long because every time I look down at it, I get stopped. Once you're running around the studio trying to figure out and try to match the paint.
Oh man, that's what I'm thinking would have been the hardest part is remembering what colors you use.
Yeah. My grapes are probably going to be a different color. And then I started looking at all my stencils and I was like, oh my, I would sure like to put some stenciling in this, but it's too late. I already got too much on it. I really don't like the painting on it at all, except for I like the way I took my fruit. I don't know if you can see.
You wrapped it all
around.
That you can always start over if you wanted to. We aren't going to judge here. We're a judge-free zone. And if you want to start over and do it a new base coat.
I can't find the camera. I want to paint the inside of it. Probably. What do you think? A bright.
Ooh, that'd be cute.
I always like to take boxes and paint them, but I like to have a surprise when you open them. I know this one doesn't have a top, but I like there to be color or design on the inside. But I'm gonna move this, I think, over where you can see maybe.
Ultramarine and teal.
I need to. My camera's about to fall off my table. If you hear something go crash, boom.
I hear something crash. I know what's going on.
Yeah. So how many inches of snow did y'all get?
6 to 10, depending on who you ask and where. But outside we have high enough up my boots that I don't go out there much. It is several. It is easily 8 inches. It is easily 8 inches.
I got sorry about that.
I was like, what did I do?
It's me. It wasn't you. I was trying to bring up my comments because I can't see. You know how the iPad will flash them, and if you're not looking, and then they disappear. And then you have to hit the button up there, and it's always playing back and forth, and it kind of drives me crazy. Maybe my iPhone won't do that. Our internet's been awful. I don't know if it's all this storm or what. I think I'm gonna work on my pears. I got some green pears in here. And of course I went to the grocery store today and tried to look at some, and they didn't have them. But if I had not been looking for them, they would have had them.
That's it exactly. Well, I had to gather a couple of colors because I didn't want to use a couple of other colors here.
So I remember a long time ago, I made mini boxes with this design on it with some gold leaf in it. Flecks of gold leaf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This one, of course, I gave away all those boxes, family and friends and everything, but this one was supposed to be mine. Of course, I never finished it.
Well, we never finish anything that's ours. You know, if it's for us.
That's a lot of the problem.
Okay, give me 1 second, y'all. I believe it's in the storms. That's a lot of snow. Yes, Angela, it was a lot of snow. And it looks like we're supposed to get more tonight and tomorrow. And I'm like, I'm really not necessarily. Texas is just not used to this. Y'all can make fun of us all you want. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I'm used to hot weather, okay? I'll be real honest. Give me 110 degrees and I know what to do. You give me minus 20 degrees or under 30 degrees, and I don't have a clue what I'm doing. Okay. We drive on ice, not snow. So Philip went to the post office yesterday, loaded up the truck with some orders that we had to take to the post office. And they happened to be closed, by the way. We didn't know that. I thought it was come rain, come sleet, come snow, come hail, the post office delivers. He says,
Monday's President's Day, though.
See, we forgot about that, too.
I did, too. I'm surprised I forgot about it, too.
He went to the post office yesterday and I was like, but I thought it was, and he says, apparently not when it snows in Texas. We forgot about President's Day altogether. I don't know how or why, but we did. So, he drove. He says, I'll tell you this, Steph. I've always just driven on ice. It's always just been kind of icy yuck. Since we've been adults and driving, when we get stuff, it's usually just ice. There's a lot of ice. We don't get enough coverage, and then the sun melts during the day that it just ices over and you have it icy. He says, it's different driving on snow. It's very different driving on snow. I have to take this little munchkin back to her mama because she won't leave me alone. Say hi, Rosie. Say hi, Rosie.
Who is that?
This is Rosie. This is Zoe's husky Australian Shepherd.
Oh, that was hanging off your arm there.
That's what's hanging off my arm here. She keeps the toy trying to climb me, and I'm like, I put you in your mama's room for a reason. Somebody get this dog. I'll be right back. I'm going to take her back to her mama's room.
Rosie. I want that ball.
Here. Come here. She's like, no, y'all trying to get me on camera. I don't like being on camera.
So I'm trying to highlight this. All I did was base coat it, and I never did put any highlights in my pears.
And I used to have gates on the studio because we've got a door over here that behind me that I can shut, but then we've got the double doors over there. And I don't have a gate on there anymore. So she can just get in. If her mama comes out and goes to the bathroom and lets her wander through the house, she is in here. She's got them feet on my arm, pulling my arm. I'm like, I can't play right now, Rosie. I love you, but I can't play. So she's.
Has she ever got any of them ever got a hold of your canvas? Started chewing?
So far, no.
No.
So far, no. Rosie wants to play ball. Now, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if I had some in the floor and I came in and there was a pile of toys on them, because she is always wanting somebody to play with her.
Betty Boo, she'd like to get a hold of not the ones that are the real hard ones. They're flat.
The boards like this?
Yeah, the boards, yes, and then chew on the edge of them if I wasn't. If she could get a hold of one, she's messed a couple of them up, but I used them in mixed media.
Well, I have tried really hard to train that one because I brought him in after she was, well, let's see, I started this just over a year ago. So she has been around it for about half her life because she's 3 now. So she's been around it for a fair part, but she does not know very well at all. Ultramarine is what? We're going to see if this is going to be the right shade of royal blue, because this does not look very blue to me. It looks very purpley when you put it up against some things, but then it looks very blue when you put it right next to a purple. So
black is awful thick.
Well, and
we've had nothing but rain here, and it's not been any fun. This is mud. It's awful. I could swim in my backyard if I wanted to.
Well, see, on Sunday, we were like, I wonder if we're even going to get any of this actual snow, because all we're getting right now is a lot, and I mean a lot, of sleet, because it sleeted all day. So underneath all that beautiful snow, there is a lot of sleet. And it was like, ooh, that's not a good thing either. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of this in there.
Yeah, I paint a lot different than when I did this. So that shows you need to finish your project in a certain amount of time. The more you paint, the different you start picking up your own style and way of doing things.
Yeah, things do change and improve.
Actually, the sun come out today for a little while, but I hear we're supposed to go back to bad weather tomorrow. Here.
Okay, hang on. I got to figure out. Okay, this is supposed to be white up here.
But when I saw the sun, I almost pulled off the side of the road to take a picture of it, because I knew it wasn't going to be there very long.
Well, I might would have. Zoe says, can I take the dog and just go walk around the neighborhood, put her on her harness? And Philip says, you can, but I wouldn't suggest it. She's going to pull you over and you're going to get flopped on the ground and get hurt out there somewhere. Because Rosie is Husky and Australian Shepherd. And she is having a total blast. She is like, every time we open the door, she's like, let me out. I want to go play. And I've never seen this dog whine this much, but she was whining to go out earlier. Like she does not whine like this, not normally. And
Be out there in that. She's got all that fur on her.
well, it's almost like she's like, I'm home. And it's like, you're a Texas dog. You've never lived where there's snow. Okay. You never. But Monday morning, you'd have thought she was like, oh, somebody brought me a special present just for me.
Have y'all done any sled riding or anything like that? Or you just
We don't even have a sled.
trash can top? You got a metal trash can?
We don't have a metal trash can lid. We did actually, Zoe, we pulled out an old cookie sheet that we have in the work trailer, and she was using it to try and do some, but it was just not really working real well because she's a little big for that now.
Yeah.
Because the last time we were actually anywhere and had enough snow to actually do anything like that was like when we lived in Memphis when she was 5. She's 15, fixing to be 16.
I think Memphis got some snow, didn't they?
I'm pretty sure they probably did. Usually, if we're getting something, they get something. Now, it may be worse there.
Oh.
But they got, I'm pretty sure a good deal. I know the Dallas area got a good deal of it. Angela, if you're still watching, let us know what kind of weather it is for y'all. Where are you at and what kind of weather's it got going on? Hey, y'all, if y'all are watching, why don't y'all all put in there in the comments where you're watching from and what the weather's like? I'm just curious now.
Well, Florida looks like they're not any different than they usually are.
Yeah, I think a lot of people there were like, okay.
What you talking about? I don't know what these funky leaves were that I was thinking about then. These brown leaves.
Thomasville, same as Tammy, Angela says. So our weather's the same as yours, wet and muddy.
Who was that you were talking to?
It says Angela Marlowe.
Oh, Angela. Yeah, how come I don't see her on my... Oh, I forgot. It's up here on this phone. Hey, Angela. You're not showing up on my side of the thing. These apples, I don't like the way I did them either, but we're going to go with it.
Hey, look, I told you. Just paint the whole thing over and start over again. Start fresh.
It'd be another 3-4 years.
No, because I'd make you get back on here and finish it, see? I would keep saying, Tammy, if you don't finish it, guess what? It's going to be so many years and you're not even going to have the same style and you're going to have to start over again.
Once you had it for me. Yeah. That's what's bad about going in Hobby Lobby and all these places. I was in the Spade and Broom the other day, and I see all this stuff, and I want to buy it, and then I'm like, I can make it, but I never make it. It's bad. I'm just gonna start buying stuff. For myself. Did I miss something? Looks like I missed something.
Okay, Philip was laughing and said something, commented as you were going. It says, Mary got good news today. Call her when you get a minute, Tammy.
Who?
Angela says, Mary got good news. Call her when you get a minute.
Okay.
And then Philip heard you talking about that's the problem with going into Hobby Lobby. And he says, yeah, you come out broke. He was walking down the hall and I was like, what? What are you talking about? Who are you talking to? What's broke?
Yeah.
Get up and go figure out what he was talking about. But
I got to go back this week because it's everything that I like is half price. You know how that goes.
Oh yeah.
Although my apples are real square looking, but that's all right. Yeah, I am definitely ready for the summer to come on. Been a crazy winter. I'm just glad I'm not trucking right now. I'd be probably stuck in it somewhere, having to chain up.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun at all to me.
I can't remember where I was. It was somewhere in Texas was the first time I've been in a lot of cold weather, but the first time I'd ever seen frozen fog. Where was I at? It was further down south.
Yeah, it's probably some of that lake effect stuff that.
I don't know, but it was wild. You just had you couldn't see Harley in front of you, but you had these little teeny tiny crystals just barely floating through the air. It wasn't like snow at all.
Oh.
It was, I was like, am I seeing what I'm seeing?
And what I think I'm actually seeing.
If I wasn't driving too long, my eyes are just bothering me, but it was so pretty though.
Oh, I'm sure it's pretty because it's all kind of neat when you get to seeing it, but it's like crazy.
The crystals were just hanging in the air.
Mm.
Okay, I'm getting into it now. I'm getting quiet.
And so y'all have to forgive me. I'm afraid that mine's gonna not look like a photograph like hers, but maybe it'll be okay. Because let me tell you, hers looked like a photograph when it got done. So maybe someday I'll be there. All right. So.
All it is just keep doing it. The more you paint, the more you learn. Probably learn more doing it than you do listening to somebody all the time.
Yeah, I've gotten really good at stopping videos or whatever and trying what they're doing right then. Well, and yesterday's video was a tangle where I was playing with different doodles. Where I thought, you could use that in your art. It doesn't have to be just you could put a frame on something. There's some people like putting frames on stuff, and if you had a matte picture that you're trying to matte to frame somehow or something, if you wanted to add some doodles or make it a more personalized something, you could play with it. So I was just playing with that, and I just thought it was the neatest thing that I could just play with something that I'd seen and edit it just enough and make it kind of. I'm sure somebody else has edited it and perfected it, but I haven't seen it. Let's just leave it at that. So I played and I made my own version of or I discovered another version of it. How's that? But I was pretty tickled that I was able to do that because I
doodle a lot and I'll do that, but I've never. It'll open up, places to you while you're creating.
Yeah.
Something you may need to do, and you just can't think of something to do, and it just one of those little doodling sessions helps you.
Yeah, Philip is constantly doodling as he's doing his stuff. As he's working in the back room on everybody's stuff and trying to help get their business stuff ready and all that.
Yeah. Have you done any porch laminators lately?
Lately, no. Not like I need to. I know I need to. I just haven't given in and done it.
I need to get busy because, spring's right around the corner, even though I usually have something for Easter already ready for the shop.
Yeah.
And this weather's really killing me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think these are pine cones that I was doing back then.
Probably. That would make
Yeah,
sense. Maybe
way
kind of like they were.
they're awful small. When I was driving all over the United States, I would stop and pick pine cones up. I got a collection of pine cones from every state.
Well, that would make sense why you were putting some on your art then.
And that's another thing I wanted to do. Make a wreath of pine cones from all over the United States for my house. Have I done it? No.
Well, you're just piling up a list of projects you need to get done here, aren't
I
you?
got a bag full of them. Man, it's really neat how they're all different too. Of course, Tennessee has about every pine tree there is in the state there.
Oh, yes.
Well, so how's homeschooling going? Is it still going?
It's still going. We had a long talk. Her daddy and her had a long talk the other day. And it's like, look, if you're going to need me, you need to start first thing in the morning on whatever subject you're going to need me for so that my day's not sitting on hold and I'm not waiting on you to tell me you're ready for me so that I can do what I need to do. Because I've got lessons I need to do. Like, I've got some practice sheets here I need to do. I've got some Donna Dewberry lessons that we've bought where I wanted to work on learning some better flowers and how to shape them and stuff like that. And I've got this and I've got that sitting there, and I just can't just sit around waiting all day for her to decide she's ready for me to come help her. And she should be trying to figure some of this out. And see, that's the problem is I was good at math. I'm not bad at math. I like to do math. And so she'd be like, Mom, how do I do this? And next thing I know, I've told her start to finish the whole thing instead of saying, well, are these supplementary or complementary angles? Well, what does that mean? What's, how does that relation? And it's like, I've told her, well, you add this one and you do that and you do this and it's going to, and she's like, Mother, that's not how you're supposed to be helping me. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I just see it and I know how to do it. And I don't always think. So I've gotten better. I'm teaching myself to be a better teacher.
Yeah.
So that she can learn better. And she's trying really hard, not like she's working on math right now, but she's in her room without me so that maybe, just maybe, she can get through a little bit more of that without me accidentally telling her the answers.
Teaching's not an easy thing, that's for sure. Especially when you're having to do it with your kids.
I have taught at public schools as a substitute teacher in the past, and I have taught homeschooled all three of ours at some point or another. And I'll tell you, it's almost easier to do somebody else's kids because you don't know. Okay, look, everybody's smart, but not everybody's got the same strengths. And I know my kids, and they don't think they're smart in this area, and I know that they are because they proved it in other areas here or there unintentionally.
Right.
So I'm sitting there thinking, that's the biggest pile of hogwash. You are too smart in this. You do know how to do this. You do know how. And so I'm like expecting, I'm setting the bar pretty high like it needs to be. And they all like, but I don't know how to do that. I'm not doing that. And I'm like, shut up and do the work. You do too. So I get kind of frustrated with them because they all act like they don't know nothing. And I'm like, y'all do too. Stop. So I agree. I think it's easier to teach somebody else's kid.
Oh, I don't have a problem with the other kids. I enjoy them.
I was gonna say I've taught others kids before, and I don't necessarily know their strengths, or what I say doesn't come across to them as nagging. It's a encouragement. You know, your kids take everything you say if they're in the wrong mood, and
Right.
I'm just nagging. And it's not that I'm nagging, it's that I'm trying to explain to them that you are smarter than this. You know how to do this.
Mm-mm.
My oldest, when he was in third grade and was learning to borrow, was having a horrible day. And one of his buddies' mom needed me to come over and pick up a dress or drop off a dress that I'd altered for his little sister, for his baby sister. I think I was picking it up. And so we took the break. I loaded the boys up and said, okay, guys, come on, let's go. This is good. We got this. Come on, let's go. And they, on the way back, I was talking to Jake. I said, you know what? You keep telling yourself you can't. And you know what? You never will, because can't never could. And you've told yourself, your mind is setting up for, no, this is impossible. I said, if you tell yourself you can, and you tell yourself that you can, and you go in there with it, I can do this, I've just got to think about it for a minute attitude, I bet you'll do a whole lot better on this lesson. And I had him all pumped up and all talked up. And I said, look, 30 minutes. That's all I want. Just give me 30 more minutes on this math. We'd spent 3 hours already on this math lesson, okay? 25 problems in 3 hours, and he'd only done 2, okay? And gotten both of those wrong and was highly upset and was just like, the world is ending. It's going to crash in around us any minute kind of attitude, okay? I talk him up. We get home, and he comes in, and I said, look, I'm going to set a timer for 30 minutes. Whatever's not done, it's not going to be counted against you, good or bad, either way, okay? Just do what you can and do your best. But I believe that you can do this. At 20 minutes, 10 minutes still on the timer, the boy had finished all 23 problems, and every one of them was right.
He just didn't want to do it.
That's it, exactly. And it was like, I told you could do it. You just
Lord.
you could do it. And he was like, well, I just didn't think I could. And I'm like, I told you to think I can. I can. Boy, he has always his entire life hated when I bring that story up, though, because man, oh man.
We don't have no comments over here.
Do what?
I said, on this phone, it doesn't bring up the comments at all. A lot of people have been having problems with that, I think.
Yeah.
There's some on iPad.
Yeah.
Well, I'm starting to get into it a little bit. Maybe this little booger is going to get finished.
Maybe he'll get finished. You think maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, I need some off. Let me see. I'll just mix it. Need a little bit of an off-white. See if I can mix it. You need some highlight in them.
All right, for those of you who are watching, if you haven't already told us where you're watching from and what the weather's like there, we are curious. We would love to know.
I like that better. Look in the camera, I can really tell what I want to see.
It helps a lot to see what you're actually doing and what you're.
Bright with the light.
Well, thank you, Miss Angela. Appreciate that.
Thank you,
We're
Angela.
both doing awesome. I don't know if you could read the comments. I'm trying to read them all to you because.
I hope your family's doing okay, Angela. Been a long time since I saw you. I had to call Miss Mary when I got off the phone. I'm excited about hear what's going on with her. She used to take care of my mom and dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she had a stroke.
Oh, is this your friend that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got me started into paint parties.
Yeah. All right. I kind of know who she. I don't know her, but I kind of know who she is. So. Well, I'm glad she got some good news. That's always good to hear. Hang on just a second, y'all. Gotta yell at Philip. Bless you!
Was that him sneezing?
Yes, that was him sneezing from the back room. Yes, he has very, very loud sneezes.
I think we all do it sometime.
I can't remember who it is. Somebody I know, they just go, and it's just, and then you just see them like, almost looks like they're having a seizure almost. I mean, it's such a small little jerk movement, but and I'm like, are you okay? I was just sneezing. That's not a sneeze. It had no noise whatsoever. That does not count as a sneeze. She's like, I don't know how to make it make noise, but it's sneezing. And I'm like, bless your heart.
I'm trying to keep myself from sticking my arm in it.
That's me. I think I should have started at the tail end, trying to bring it forward. And see, I'm looking at her picture now, and I'm realizing that I should have had some waves coming across this way that I never got to.
Yeah.
Maybe someday.
I might have to paint me a whale on my pumpkins.
Ooh, that'd look pretty.
Last time I did what did I do? A crab? Can't remember what my last one is. So much going on in the world and I can't remember stuff sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Like it's all going too fast.
Well, and I've got so many ideas. We're thinking about doing a studio, and then I had somebody call and ask what time we close. I'm like, I don't actually have a studio. I'm just a mobile paint party place. And she was like, oh, okay. Well, thanks anyway. And I was like, sorry. So I told Bo, I said, if we don't open a studio, do I need to get me a little barn or something and build a driveway over here on the side where people could come and pick up art kits, if nothing else? I mean, there's an idea.
Yeah, that is an idea.
So I could do kits or something and then go out and man that as we needed to sell to people. I mean, I don't know. I want to go big and go home. I know that we could do it. I just don't know if we could do it fast enough to make it a profitable venture. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I can't afford to put more money in than we've already got going in and not,
Dark. Yeah, it's always a scared thing. Figure out what to do. I would definitely get the building open back up. I don't know if I'll be doing paint classes there though. I think I'm gonna stay online with the paint classes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
maybe have that.
If I do something there, I might could get 6 painters in there at one time, like a small party.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to getting my painted furniture, going to town on it, and selling it.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be good. You're good at that.
Because I got a whole barn full in the back.
Yeah.
I got to do something with it. My God, Lord.
Yeah, but you're good at it. It looks good when you get done with it.
Thank you. We're one thing about people like us that do a lot of this, we have plenty of supplies sitting around
Yes.
everywhere.
Yes. It kind of starts taking over different spaces, and it's like,
And plenty of projects already done and plenty not finished.
yeah, I've got a 4th of July bird with a hat and a flag in his hand that I need to get painted so that I can have him ready for this summer.
Sounds cute.
And then I got some stuff from Diverse Woodworking the other day. I ordered some flags just to see how I like them. Smaller ones. But they could be attached to a door hanger. They could be added to a wreath. Or they could become if I do something with my gnomes, my little gnomes over here, I could do something that would make it look like he was holding a flag. And it would look cute.
Well, I don't mean to be bringing Hobby Lobby up again, but they sure got a lot of wood stuff in lately.
They have. They've had a lot in there. I think they just realized the trend is moving towards some wooden home decor stuff, the farmhousey look.
They even had some ceramics to paint.
Are they worth buying? Or are you paying as much
Well,
for that?
the rabbits, I'd love to have one of those big rabbits. Again for myself.
I haven't gone in the last week. I'll be honest. I've been really good. Another friend of ours was talking about another paint brand that she ordered online. So I spent some money and bought me some of those to try. Some Artistero. So we're going to see how they turn out. If they ever make it here.
I still see a lot of gnomes.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not a big gnome fan.
Personal decor, not so much, but everybody else seems to like it. So I did one and I sent it as a wedding gift to a young couple that we know the other day.
I don't know what I was doing right there, but I do not like that. We're just going to paint a big old grape over the top of it.
Do it.
We'll have to paint it white so I can black it out. That's what we'll do.
Okay, this is definitely looking a lot better than I thought it was.
Oh, that looks good.
You can't see the shading on it though. Let me see.
It's the lighting.
You kind of can now, sort of. There's some teal and blue in there so that you can kind of can see. Whoop, there it is.
Oh yeah.
There's you can kind of see it streaking through there now. But
is Angela still on here? I was gonna say, hey Pam, how are you? Let's see, I think I saw Atisa. Hey. We're just talking away and we're not even looking.
Well, I didn't have any comments come up, so let's just put it that way. I didn't have anybody making comments, so I couldn't say, hey.
Well, like on my iPad, they're there and then they're not over here. So
all right, y'all.
we're trying to finish our projects that we started a long time ago and never finished.
Yes.
Pam, you got projects you hadn't finished? Hey, Darlene. I saw somebody else there.
Okay, y'all, I don't know if this thing's going to be thin enough, so I'm having to figure out if this brush is going to work or not.
I don't know what else I don't think I want to add anymore to this side.
Are you fixing that one side or adding more to the bare side?
Pam says she's got 3 paintings going.
Woo! All right, Miss Pam. We want to see pictures when you get them done, okay? I started this back last summer, I think. And I just haven't had... I was waiting on the background to dry, and it got set somewhere else. And it was like, I can't find it. Where did it go? And then I found it, and then it's just been kind of sitting to the side for a little bit. All right. Be brave. Be brave. Be brave, right?
The back of it's not hardly got anything on it. But I can't lay it down. It's all wet on the front. I'm going to paint the inside real quick.
Do it to it.
While that's drying. Of course, I put my paintbrush down in water. My water I was drinking.
Oh. No, that's not the right water cup. That doesn't go in that.
My lime got it. I got me some lemon and lime in there. It's good.
Woohoo. I like that.
Let's go ahead and just paint the inside of this thing.
You got the background on today and you got your design on. Sweet.
Yeah. I'll just pour it in there and paint it all up. Let's see if I got a chip brush around here somewhere. Yeah. You know, this is my chip brush I use for waxing. I'm trying to roll over to my thing.
Thank you, Miss Pam. I put the comments. In the comments earlier, Tammy should have a comment that says something about Lisa Shorehorn, Art Frenzy. She shared the design and said I could finish painting it on my page if I wanted to when I asked her about it. And this was hers. And when I looked at hers, I thought she'd done photographs. So I was like, wow. So
I'm just having a time.
what? Oh.
I dropped it down in
What are you making, girl?
I'm just over here being like a little kid. How you want to do things in a hurry sometimes?
Yeah. Yeah.
So stained on the bottom from being so old. I mean, I actually had to nail and use some wood glue to put it back together. It was starting to come apart.
She's making a box. It's covered in fruit. Miss Pam. She asked what you're making. What you're painting.
It's just a wooden box. It's a project I started many years ago, and I didn't finish it. I drug it from the mountain house in Tennessee to here, and I was on the road, like I said, for 3 years when I came here, so it's one of those projects, you start and you don't finish. So I'm trying to finish it because I use it. Even though it's not finished, I use it. I'm always putting something in it. We'll start having a Finish It Tuesday day. I'm going to start grabbing projects that are almost finished or not and start working on them.
We might ought to start inviting some of our friends and say, hey, look, let's just have everybody come on and we all just finish together. We all just work on a project while we chat and visit. That'd work.
Well, sometimes you get out of the mood when you're working on something.
Yeah, that's definitely happened to me.
When you come back to it, it's like, oh, I'm not in the mood. My mood, I'm sure a lot of the ladies out there that paint notice that your brush strokes change with your moods a lot of times.
Oh, yeah. I can tell whenever I'm more into it and when I'm not as into it. It's a chore to do because I'm pushing myself to finish it and not because I'm loving it.
Not sure. I'm gonna have to come back and sand the top. I really don't want the top painted this color. But this being wood, it is soaking the paint up. It's dry because it's so old too.
Mm.
Yes, there are lemons on it. They are so in style right now. No, I'm telling you, it's a few years old.
Thank you, Miss Angela. I appreciate that, y'all. I said my whale's looking pretty good. Well, I'm thinning this water down, this white down a lot. I've got gloss medium because that was what she said to get. And she said, if you don't have it, just use water. And I'm like, I'm still thinning it with both of them in it because it just seems like it's so thick. You're just trying to run thin little lines.
My brush is not doing the thing. I need a big brush, but that's okay. I'll make it work.
Use some chip brushes.
It's kind of cool the way it's coming out. It's almost like it's dry brushed a little bit. It's showing the brush strokes, and I kind of like that.
Oh, I like that, especially in a box like that, kind of a thing, in a project like that. I like when it's got that little bit of, I don't know. I call it a little bit of life in there where it's
got character.
Yeah, that's it. It's got some character going on. There you go, character. Character for sure.
Yeah, your whale's looking good.
Thank you. Trying to put the sunlight. Let me tell y'all, if y'all saw the picture that she did and y'all saw what I'm doing, y'all be like, yeah, it's coming along. I'm telling you that.
The reflections in the water is a lot to it,
Oh yeah. Well, and like I said, I didn't have the picture, and she's got some waves going this way at the top. At the edge of it that I may have to go in and try and fix. And then there's a piece of rock down here that's got some. Did you get it done? All right. How many did you do? Today's Tuesday, Zoe. Okay.
Mom, I'm tired.
But I did the math by myself, Mom. We're supposed to just be happy. I'm trying really hard, kiddo. It's called I don't want to do extra math another day. She and her dad discussed it, and they're doing a block schedule for her, so she only does math like 2-3 days a week. And it's like, y'all are crazy because you should not try to put more math in one day than
Yeah. I always hated math.
struggling, especially if she's struggling with getting it. You don't want to do loads of it in one day because it builds on it. And if you don't get it over here, then you can't get more over there. It just doesn't happen.
Man, this box is soaking it up. I might should have soaked it before I finished it. It's so dry from being so old. I know it's 7 or 8 years old. How old it is when I started it.
Wow. That.
Yeah, I'd always go home and say, I'm going to finish my box, and I never would. I get started on another project.
Well, it's kind of like you said, you're not in the mood to finish it, so it's not going to get finished. It just doesn't go in right, it just doesn't feel right. So you're like, I'd rather do this rabbit over here or this.
It almost looks like chalk paint in there because of the wood being so dry.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It definitely looks more like it's chalk paint from here, from the angle I'm looking at. Pam says she's sending us both some Tuesday stars. Yay!
Oh, yay.
All right. Okay, so I kind of got a rock down here at the bottom, sort of ish. It's not looking real pretty. I'll work on it. I'm more impressed with the whale right now. I'm just kind of excited about how good he's kind of actually looking.
So was your husband at the Daytona this weekend, Pam? Or he stayed home?
She hasn't replied yet, Pam.
He's not there. He might have popped on. Her husband was into the racing. Well, he was career. So.
Well, there's a delay, and we don't always know how much it is, and then when they're typing back, so. He was career with NASCAR?
He was with the what's the one that gets the driver started? I can't think. But he drove some too.
Cool.
Yeah.
He was gone for 10 days with Legend Racing Nationals.
Legend, that's it. I was Legend Racing. Yeah. Yeah, he's down there where the nice weather was, wasn't he? Well, it did rain during the race, didn't it? Pam, were you one of those groupie girls for the racing guys? When she met him.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, the race. We used to have some good old times back in the day. Even living at home, it was like we were gonna have a big cookout and watch the race, even if we couldn't go to it. And oh, always had a good time.
It was nice for him and very hot. He said, no, she was not a groupie.
She was.
No, not a groupie.
She went hanging around the racetrack, huh? I don't know if she knew. I used to play pool with old Mike Skinner back in the day before he became anybody. In truck, he was in the truck racing.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn this darker.
Well, I got the inside done. That ended up being a hard job.
Did it?
Yeah.
A lot harder than you was expecting since it was so dry,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
They don't relate to her down at the racetrack. She's an artist. I get you. I get you there. I just don't relate to you, do they?
Oh man, us artists, we're a certain group.
Definitely.
I wouldn't have it any other way though. Well, that looks good, Stephanie.
Well, I'm trying to add some of this sideways kind of look to it where it kind of was shifting down. And I think I may be messing it up. Maybe I should have just left him deeper underwater. We'll see.
Looks good. I'm kind of at a standstill right this minute.
Well, I just got to finish this little bit. I think he looks okay. I think I'm okay with how he looks. I might put just a little bit of that in. I'm doing a little bit more shadow in here. Just thinking about all the painting I could be doing when I go. That'd be me. Or I'd be taking a little kit with me and being like, I'll be in the trailer, honey. I'll be at the hotel. Got my watercolor kit with me. Sitting here watercoloring in the bleachers when it's not your turn to race. That would.
Well, you used to paint the cars, didn't you, Pam? Or did you tell me that? Okay. I want to paint cars. It's just to, paint the fenders and everything because it's got so much reflection in the fender. You got to paint what the fender's seeing to get it to look really like it's metal. Like it's metal. Crazy screen. It's got little fingerprints all over it.
Your screen does?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna finish painting these grapes and I'm probably gonna be heading to bed. My days are longer than they used to be, it seems like. course, I just stuck my hand in the green paint.
Of course you did. So now you're gonna have green smears all over it.
It almost looks like it's stained now. It's really soaking it up.
Oh, that's cool. Yes, I lettered them and painted the numbers. Late models on dirt. Nice.
I need me a picture of grapes. Keep putting my brush down in different places. I couldn't find the exact purple I used. Looks like it's got a little more red in it than what I got. I'm trying to mix it. Some red in there. Some red violet.
All right, I'm done.
Well, I'm a lot closer than I was.
Okay, me and this camera are gonna get messed up here in a minute. Okay, how's that?
Well, that's it for me. Now, tomorrow I'll work on it some more. And
Yeah, because you actually got it out and in your way.
I'm going to finish it. I'm accountable now.
Accountable. I need to see a picture of it by next week, okay?
Okay. Yes, Mama. Yes, ma'am, I will.
Thank you, Angela. I'm loving Tammy's box. I'm like, ooh.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to send one to you and get you to paint me one. Actually, I was at Sam's the other day. Thank you, Pam. And I bought me a little crate. I've got little slats in mine. But my essential stencils fit right in there just right. I had to put a flat. I had to cut the envelope that they come in and lay it in the box. But now I can lay all my stencils are fitting in there right now. I'm like super excited.
Oh, nice. You're being organized.
Here, look. See?
Oh, okay.
It looks like, but like,
yeah,
just wide enough for all my essential stencils to go lay down in it this way. The stencil of the month stuff and all that, and then I've got my door hangers and all them down in there. Sweet summer. I'm gonna have to do me a sweet summer.
Oh, that's a cute gnome.
Did you see my gnome?
Yeah.
I did them the other day. I did them on some wood, but I had to trace them off so there's no paint on them. Bless their little hearts.
I got that one. The sweet time.
The sweet summertime? Cool. Because I'm planning on doing that for a door hanger. And then I kind of went mixed media with my gnomes the other day.
Okay. So you got both of them.
Yep. Well, I did them.
You're getting it once a month from them?
Yeah, I did the Stencil of the Month Club where you can get the different stencils that they do. They're special stencils that they don't sell anywhere else. Only for that club. And it's like, well, if I like it enough, then I have to hurry back and get enough to do a class with, or hope I have enough to do a class with.
Well, their stencils are fabulous. I mean,
they really are high quality stencils. I love them.
You can't tear them up. once you got one.
It
Yeah.
takes a lot of work. I think it takes more effort than normal, but yes, you can. I mean, good night, Angela. Thank you for
Good
joining us.
night, guys.
Thank y'all for keeping us company.
We'll see y'all later. Bye.
Thanks,
Thanks.
y'all.
Bye.